Got my plants ready to go in the shop here. Got more in the little trailer on the little tractor. Show you what I do to try and keep my, we got an Arctic front blowing in down here. It's supposed to get down pretty deep in the 20s, maybe even in the teens before it's all over and done with. But, I've showed these beds. Just, I did a video a couple of weeks ago, right before the first. And this is the row cover that you use. It's called garden felt. And I buy these in 50-foot lengths, and it's 10 foot wide, which I cut these down and made these about 6 foot wide to cover these beds. But you cover them, you just put rocks all over them, firewood, whatever you can find, there's even a motorcycle battery holding that part down. But it doesn't give you like ultimate protection, but it'll get you down pretty deep in the 20s whenever you're talking about stuff like, that over there's broccoli and stuff like that. Like here's my lettuce bed. I got it on here, and I cover these. Here's a new bed that I just did. Put some fresh compost on it yesterday. Wood chips around it. I don't know what I'm going to do in there. I have no idea. Maybe potatoes, maybe onions. I don't know. That bed's covered. Everything's covered. There's some carrots poking out here and there. I don't worry about the carrots. There's some cilantro that's played out. Not worried about that much. This bed in front of the solar panels, it's all covered. This green stuff's a little heavier cloth. I wish the sunlight would penetrate through it better. But I'm just going to leave it on there. And let's see, today's Saturday. Sunday night is when the stuff's moving in, I believe. My little greenhouse, I'll probably be emptying this out. And, I'll put it on my little trailer on my little tractor and just pull it into the shop. This bed is covered, which was just onions and spinach and lettuce and stuff, nothing crazy. You can also see this is a trimmed off piece that you just lay on the row. There's some carrots planted underneath those. Trying to do some winter sowing, get some carrots to sprout in the winter. And then that's just covered with rocks on it, just laid flat without the hoops. You take these hoops, you just buy this metal at Tractor Supply in the roll, and you just cut it down. Cut it down with a Sawzall or some heavy cutters, a grinder, whatever. You cut it with whatever. This will get, I got some bricks laying here, and I've got a tarp that I'm going to throw on that. Shouldn't be that big a deal, You disconnect all your water hoses, wrap your faucets, all that good shit. My little campfire, my little spot there. I haven't done any cooking back here in a while, but I like to get out my old Dutch oven and do chili and shit like that. It's pretty good. Or like a stew, some kind of cowboy cooking, some cowboy Kent Rollins type stuff. Fun to do out here. This is the new compost. I just put it in one of these bags. I got this bag a few years ago with firewood in it. I forgot I had it, and I thought, shit, that'd be good for compost. So I just started running the mower with the bag on the back of it, sucking leaves up here in the backyard. Throw them in there with some of the scraps out of the kitchen. Here's my compost. I threw a little wood ash on it. That tarp, I'll probably pull that tarp right there and throw it over that other bed over there. But that's basically how you kind of try to protect your stuff, the best you can. And honestly, if that doesn't do it, it just doesn't do it. Some stuff, it's winter. I mean, this is the dead of winter, so you can't expect to be growing the shit out of stuff and and everything. But the stuff that you planted in the fall, like my carrots, I'm picking a lot of carrots now. The the last of the broccoli come off today. I pulled up a lot of romaine lettuce that probably would have got hit by this cold. And there's the old mama Scooter. Scooter mama. Fat mama cat. What do you say, mama? She's talking. Anyway. Oh, I'll show you this. That's what I do. I get my compost out at the municipal compost. It comes from the city. Fairly small town out here, but they have a thing that gathers the leaves out of the neighborhoods. I put this on my lawnmower, my little tractor trailer. I made this just the right width where and it's got nails down here, so when you set it on there, it kind of squares up. You dump about 3 or 4 shovel loads of that compost in here, and you just go to shaking it back and forth like this, and it sifts it, and it makes a really nice, almost like a potting soil. It's really nice stuff but you sift all the bottle caps out of it and the little pieces of plastic. There's a few that get through. Like, see that? See, there's a little piece of plastic, and that's like a little piece of tin foil. But stuff gets through the deal, but man, for free, I'm not going to complain. I go out there and just load up 5-gallon buckets and just dump them in the back of my truck here. And then do the process, I've done complete beds. That long 50-foot long bed, 3-foot wide, 50-foot long. I've done complete beds. And it takes about a pickup load full, about 25 5-gallon buckets, 25, 35-gallon buckets of compost after it's processed. And you always end up with like maybe 1 bucket of halfway full with just trash. And then you have your sticks and like walnuts and pecans and stuff that just wouldn't pass through this, and then you kind of throw that in my compost in the back and let it fly. But it does okay. I throw a little nitrogen on this. Well, this bed over here, I put alfalfa pellets in it for nitrogen. This one over here, I'm doing the old human urine because I'll sit out in my shop and have a beer or two, and this is a nice place to come out here and take a leak. And I'm slowly covering this 1 square inch at a time, 1 squirt at a time, getting this covered with some good nitrogen-rich human urine, and we'll see how it grows. Kind of let it soak in for a while. And this has got some heavy paper underneath it, some thick type of paper that I bought. I come across at a garage sale one day, or maybe it's at a thrift store. So I just bought it as a roll of it for like $2 or $3. I bought it because I thought, man, I could put that underneath the bed and throw compost on it. So we'll see how it does. It's a little bit of an experiment. Anything, if it works, it works. And it does work. It's not a myth. There is Spots. Now, these two don't get along. Spots and Mama and Scooter Mama, they just don't get along at all. See? She keeps her distance when Spots is around. I don't know why. Spots just cannot get along with other female cats. And there's another male cat around here. She's fine with it. They'll lay right down next to each other. This mama cat comes near. She hisses. She panics. They get there. They get to squawking. Sometimes they'll start turning. They'll just get too close together, and then it'll just turn into it's just fur flying. You know what I mean? They don't hold back, but they just watch each other. Try and keep their distance from each other. But anyhow, that's enough cat business.